Welcome to CHMA Broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, Canada. You are listening either on 106.9 in the Tantramar area or at www.chmafm.com.
Do you find it strange saying welcome when, like, the people listening were probably already listening? So they're not doing anything active, like walking into a house. Like, it's not like welcome. It's an odd way to start a show.
It is.
You really break it down.
Who wrote this?
I'm not sure, but it's common practice in radio.
It is.
Not in air traffic control. We don't start with welcome to YMC Midgic Airport.
No.
Prepare to land.
Not usually.
No.
Sometimes I will. You know, variety is the spice of life.
Well, yeah, and air traffic controllers are well known for variety in the
variety,
workplace.
Creativity.
You certainly don't want consistency.
A little creative air traffic controlling is what we do here in Midgic.
This is ground control YMC Midgic Airport.
You are joining myself, air traffic controller Thomas.
And me, air traffic controller Luke.
Join us for the next hour as we watch skies, listen to some tunes, chat, and we'll be done by weather.
Listen, man, I might have botched it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And again, as is tradition now, I'll tell the folks this is Sunday evening at 6:03 for you.
Yes.
But it is Thursday evening for us.
Yes.
This is pre-recorded live. So last week I called out that we were going to see the snow. It was coming.
Yes, and
we saw it
3 days in a row.
A couple days worth of pitter-pattering worth of snow.
And
it's not enough to have to go clear the runways or anything.
No.
We just put down a little brine and saw dusting on the cattle out there beyond runway 2. They seemed happy to be chill after a long hot summer.
Oh. What do you think the weather's going to be this week?
This week?
Yeah.
I think we're into the messiness of fall.
Totally.
There could be some rain, there could be some snow, it could be some mud. You're going to see birds that are migrating, that are confused. So I'm just I'm going to go down this seasonal mess and be like, we're going to see a little bit of rain this week. We're going to see a little bit of snow this week. You might see a pellet or two of hail.
Oh, wow.
You might see a confused duck.
I think since you're in Sackville, you will see a confused duck.
A lot of ducks stopping by, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Although the geese have wound down a little bit. I don't have several thousand geese requesting to land here at the airport anymore.
Yes.
And it's not that we don't want to help the wildlife as they fly by, but we're not that kind of airport.
We're not a waterfowl park.
No.
That's really close, but it's
down the way.
Down
in Sackville proper.
Sackville, not Middle Sackville.
Not Middle Sackville.
Oh.
Ooh, don't get on the folks in Middle Sackville's nerves.
I'm not.
The
I take it back already. Robert B. Thomas.
Oh, no. I thought that book conveniently disappeared.
It did, and then it reappeared.
Gosh.
I found it exactly where I put it. He agreed with you. Last week, he thought there was going to be some rain and snow and cold, which there was. Can you tell him he was wrong?
I can't tell him anything because I don't believe he's alive anymore.
He's not. This week coming up, we're going to have a few more days of snow and cold. And then later on into the week, we're looking at sunny, then showers turning mild. So I think you're pretty much... You're on to something. So that is from Robert B. Thomas's Farmer Almanac.
How many weeks in a row do I need to nail it before we start the air traffic controller Luke's air traffic controller's almanac?
We can start it if you start doing predictions a year in the future. I don't
want to claim anything on the farmers.
No,
I haven't lived on a farm.
No.
On 20 years.
Yes.
So that'd be a falsehood at this point.
But the air traffic controller's almanac.
Guide to weather.
I like that more. Have another little historical weather update for you. Looking at the tales from the Beausejour Ridge. The diaries of the farmer historian Howard
Just
Thompson
popping over to Olac here for a minute.
So we're looking at November 17th, which is today, Sunday. So 160 years ago, Tantramar was a little dull. That's the entire entry for the day. Little dull, period.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's my kind of day.
A little dull?
A little dull.
You know what?
You know what could spice a little dull day up, though?
What?
Some tunes.
Some tunes? I don't know if I have a spicy tune. Do you have a spicy tune?
I do not.
You do not.
But
You know what?
We could ease into it this week.
I do have a spicy tune.
Ooh.
A little spice, a little a romance in the air, maybe.
Oh.
This
Fall
song
is well known for being the season of romance.
a lot of romance in fall.
You know what else people fall in love? Mud. And dying trees.
They love that stuff.
That's what brings people together.
It is. This is Flush by Kylie Fox.
He's a bit flush, probably cause he's excited to see me. Probably cause he's feeling hot. Probably cause he's into the beers, a tight fest of cheers, and he's talking someone's ear off. He's a bit rushed, probably cause we slept until noon now. Probably cause he's got somewhere to be. Probably cause I'm making him eggs. He's feeling my legs and I'm acting kinda needy. Oh, I think I'm a bit obsessed with him. I'll take the best and all the rest of him. He thinks he's tough, probably cause he's got a lot of one-liners. Probably cause he's got a lot of tattoos. But I know he'd faint and go green if he started to bleed. But that's between me and you. And he makes me blush. Probably cause he knows what song he should send me. Probably cause he always hands me one first. Probably cause I look in his eyes makes me feel like a prize is perfectly unrehearsed. Oh no, I think I'm a bit obsessed with him. I'll take the best and all the rest of him. And I have a crush, probably why I can't stop smiling. Probably why I can't stop singing his name. And I can't get him out of my mind. He's the best way to unwind at the end of the day. Oh no, I think I am a bit obsessed with him. I'll take the best and all the rest of him.
Bringing in the sax early in the night.
Spicy
There you
little
go.
tune.
I would say
know?
that was like jaunty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wouldn't call it spicy. Maybe
You wouldn't
but,
call it spicy?
yeah, I don't know. Not the exact verbiage I'd use, but it was a good, like, maybe our energy level was getting a tad down. Now I feel like it could be up one energy notch.
Yeah, we're a little more energetic.
Ah,
I was vibing, I would say that.
oh, there you go.
I was definitely vibing.
What's going on in the world of sports?
Sports ball. Hey, well, we have one big local sports ball event happen.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was the Tantramar Titans football team won the provincial championship.
A decisive victory, from what I
Very decisive. If I remember off the top of my head, it was 49-0, which is a spanking again.
Mhm.
So they kind of rolled over the entire competition this year. An incredibly impressive season for the football team, the high school football team here in Tantramar. undefeated season. They had one game, which was a tie, so I didn't have a perfect season, but they had an undefeated season.
Wow.
And
quite the thing.
Yeah, quite the thing.
No, I know you follow that quite closely. So do you think, is there enough carryover on the team that next year it's also going to be like a monster? Or do you think
losing a lot
Okay.
of people this year?
Gotcha.
And a lot of people who have been starting since they were in grade 10. So yeah, they're losing a lot of, especially their quarterback,
which is an important position.
That's
in
a very
football,
important position,
from what I understand.
Yeah. They're losing 4 out of 5 of their offensive line that protect the quarterback and the running backs.
Okay.
They're going to start missing a lot of the defense, especially defensive line and linebackers as well. So a lot of key positions, and also key positions in the receivers and in the defensive backs. So they are going to have a lot of holes next year. They're going to be plugged up by newer players. And I can see next year being a lot of a rebuilding year. We're going to see a lot of
that's
kids.
your preferred sports organization to watch. You
is.
love the rebuild.
I do. Hey, you want to know how the Raptors are doing? This is not on the docket. Do you want to know how the Raptors are doing?
How are they doing?
Worst team in the league.
Are they?
Yeah. And I'm loving it. I really am.
We're not going to switch it from the National to the International Basketball Association.
We're the worst.
By being the worst.
Hey, worst record in the league, but we have multiple stars, including Scotty Barnes, who's injured. Scotty Barnes got an orbital bone fracture, has been out for, 2 weeks now, has a few more weeks. And IQ, Emmanuel Quickly, isn't back yet either. So, hey, when they get back in, maybe
things will change.
Things will change. But right now, I think we're like 2-9 or 2-10 at this point. We were the first team to get double-digit losses, though.
Ooh.
So definitely 2-10 at least.
Setting records.
We're setting records this year.
Sorry, what were you actually going to talk about in sports?
Sports, going back a little bit to the roots of this segment of me just talking about random sports. There are 4 sports you can thank Canada for creating. This is an article that was originally by Global, but was picked up by like the Canadian Olympic Committee during the Olympics.
Okay.
Not that long ago. So what do you think are the 4 sports that...
Can we go with our national one? Like, is lacrosse?
Lacrosse, yes, of course.
Lacrosse
is... we did create lacrosse.
And I know there are multiple Canadian towns that claim to be the birthplace of hockey, so I'm going to go with hockey.
This article does say hockey, yes.
Okay.
Though the origins have been widely debated, there's no question that hockey is Canada's game, whether it was developed in Windsor, Montreal, etc.
Okay. Now this is going to get tougher here.
Well, it shouldn't yet, I don't think.
Really?
One is a Heritage Minute.
Oh, yeah, basketball.
Yes.
But wasn't he in Boston when he, did the work?
So,
Mr. Naismith, was it not?
Yeah, Naismith. James Naismith.
Okay.
Former McGill University phys ed teacher, was in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Boston adjacent.
But the Ontario native did create.
Okay, we can claim it. Let's
He's a
take
native
it.
of Canada,
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
What do you think the last one is in this article?
I'm like racking my brain for something that is Newfoundland specific. I feel
interesting. Yes.
I feel like an isolated culture came in late. They could definitely have a sport that's But I'm struggling. You're gonna have to give it to me. It's not good radio for me to go.
It's not
for a few minutes.
5-pin bowling.
Right?
Playing with big balls isn't always a good thing, as this article says. As Thomas F. Ryan figured out, Ryan, a businessman and sports enthusiast, opened Canada's first 10-pin bowling alley just above a jewelry store in downtown Toronto in 1905. Can you imagine
working in the store below? Someone coming in. I'm looking to purchase an engagement ring. What was that?
Oh, sorry. That was the 10-pin bowling lane up above.
So then they decided to cut the number of pins in half to reduce the noise downstairs. Presumably, this is how 5-pin bowling was created.
Look, as the story goes,
That
many
was the
members
king-
of Ryan's club began to complain that the 10-pin games took too long on their lunch breaks and that the 16-pound ball was too heavy. So Ryan had his father whittle down to 5 pins and create a hand-sized ball that was 2.5 pounds. So no, it wasn't anything about noise. It was people being like, I don't want to do this much work over lunch.
Today's people are all out there looking for a light lunch. Back in the day, people were looking for a light bowl.
Yeah, light workout.
A light set of bowling? What do
Yeah.
you call a game of
Yeah, set. That sounds right.
set? Sure.
By 1909, Ryan had experimented long enough, and the game of 5-pin bowling was established. And by 1910, the first 5-pin bowling league was formed. Wow, incredible!
But I feel like that they were really stretching for that for a sport. Like that's
Yeah.
you made an alteration to a sport. That'd be like claiming we invented football because there's
Canadian
rules
football,
for football, right? So I'm suspect, Global.
Hey,
I'm always a little suspicious of listicles anyway,
it's
but
true. But that's why we don't use them as our main source of news. Global.
no.
We use them for our entertainment news only. We're respectable here.
Yeah, you even cite sources.
Oh, goodness.
Man.
Oh, hey, do you want to listen to a tune?
Sure.
It's going to be a vibe. We're just vibing tonight, I think.
Okay.
Straight vibe.
Yeah, I need to calm down after the bowling discussion.
Well,
It's
you know
got me
what?
pretty hot.
This is going to
Headed.
vibe. This is going to calm you down. It's an instrumental. This is Cascadia by Samuel Peltier.
for a little nap now. I'm so chilled out. Definitely over the whole bowling thing.
I said we would, come back and be a little bit smoother. How about that?
I'm sorry, was I supposed to put on my smooth voice?
Yeah, we're smooth. Do you want to know what's going on this week?
Oh, an events?
Yeah, we got stuff happening.
Things and stuff?
Things and stuff.
All right, tell me what's going on.
The first thing, we got Harry Max in concert as part of the Fall Festival of Folk Music. That's at the Sackville Legion. That is $40. 15 Lawrence Street, and that's at 7:30 p.m. It's been a good old folk festival. There's a few good people in.
Yeah.
So that is on Wednesday. Hey, Saturday, November 23rd, next week, we got an independent craft market at the Sackville Legion.
There you go.
Presented by Struts Gallery. That's free entry. Struts Gallery. That's free entry from 10 to 4 p.m.
Support the Legion.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? Just because it's Pat's Remembrance Day
doesn't mean you gotta forget about the Legion.
They're
out there doing good work.
They're doing great work.
Yep.
Hey, do you got news?
Man. Well, I'll give you bridge news.
Doodle bridge news.
They've done some work under the highway bridge. They got an extra lane paved there.
Yes,
preparing for a detour. So I think we might see some bridge progress there.
Yeah.
Wrapping up on the bridges up over Walker Road.
Yeah, they're just making their way all the way down the highway, just working on the bridges.
That's progress. And
that is progress.
Like any good politician here, we feel that because we spoke about it, we were instrumental in making the work get done.
Good job, us.
Ooh,
we're really good at
getting bridges fixed,
and patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
Hey,
wait till we start making domes.
No one else is patting me on the back. So, I got some news.
Okay.
Mine's from the Wark Times.
Thank
you, Bruce Wark. But Bruce Wark is getting a lot of his information here, I believe, from Erica Butler of CHMA. So giving them both a shout out. A happy ending to Shep Shorebird saga? ?
Dorchester Shep.
Dorchester Shep, the famous. That's, of course, the fiberglass sandpiper, which is a bird with epoxy finish, stands at 8 feet high and weighs almost 300 pounds. Just like me.
That's over 2 meters.
Yeah, that's way over 2 meters. That's a big.
It's not quite 3 meters, though. But
no, I mean,
it's still very big for a sandpiper.
It's very, very big for a sandpiper.
For all I know, it could be the reason the smaller sandpipers land nearby.
It's true.
They're coming in to
pay homage to
see their fearless leader.
Their sandpiper lord.
Yes.
A nonprofit group that promotes conservation and tourism in the Bay of Fundy region is seeking recognition for its $9,300 contribution to restoring Shep, the giant shorebird, to the perch in Dorchester's Village Square. The Fundy Biosphere was the original purchaser of Shep, the shorebird, and we would like to put a plaque at the bird to notify people who look at it who the original designer was. Jennifer Digman, the group's executive director, told Tintamar Town Council on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they paid for it and they put it there and they paid to get it restored, you can't have a plaque on it?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm kind of saying, too. She was referring to Robin Hanson, the artist who operates a workshop, art gallery, and historical theme park in French Lake near Oromocto, who did the work
Spruce and Shep Up.
Spruce and Shep Up when Councillor Wiggins Caldwell went out of bounds, apparently, and got Shep fixed, which cost the taxpayers $20,000 for a very necessary investigation. Yes. Sorry, a happy ending is what this subheader says.
You started it happy.
I was happy.
Oh,
after
I like the Shep news.
Shep news
Shep might be the biggest reason for me having some qualms over covering Dorchester in a dome.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, been a pretty vocal proponent of doming Dorchester.
Yeah, but how would the Sandpipers get to Shep at that point?
Well, that's it. And you
Yeah.
could argue that if that's a pilgrimage. Or
Exactly.
And what is a migration if not a pilgrimage?
Right. 100%.
You don't want to.
That's like getting really close
You don't want
to
to.
impeding on religious freedom.
You don't want to
on
interfere
birds.
with the semi-pollinated sandpipers. That would be wrong.
It would be wrong. For us, it was a very simple, easy opportunity to bring Shep back home to its resting place. And Counselor Bruce Finney thanked Miss Dignam, and he said, we weren't sure if we were going to lose him or not. There was a lot of controversy. I'm glad we got it straightened out. Quite the story to tell for sure, Dignam replied.
That's a great response. Everything about that's pretty wonderful.
It is.
And I too I'm glad we got Shep back. I mean, we've
really
talked
am,
about
yeah.
Shep a lot, but also especially now that the
Gold Star
TARDIS
recipient of Shep.
and that I think we lost the TARDIS in Dorchester now.
Right? I heard it just went to the bar there, the new bar.
Oh, did it?
That's what I
It
heard.
just moved? All I know is I drove through the village square. I didn't see the phone booth, which may be a TARDIS. I don't know. All the sci-fi in my life, I never got into Doctor Who.
Me neither. I think it's because it goes back to like the 1960s, and there's episodes that are lost to time. The completionist in my brain goes, that's unacceptable.
Problematic.
Yeah, can't do it.
Huh.
Anyway,
I know one of my favorite writers wrote some episodes for them. So
did you watch those?
no,
Interesting. Maybe start there and see if you like them.
I could, or I could not.
Oh, you could not. Do what else you could do.
What's that?
Tell me what your gold star is.
Oh, I was going to check with you before we started.
Oh,
because I was having a discussion with someone over the past weekend.
yeah.
About my experience with like the extramural nursing system here in the province.
Yes.
And I couldn't remember if after that experience I gave them a gold star or not.
I don't believe we have extramural nurses in here. No.
Oh, well then I'm going to give it out to them
100%.
because I was talking like, and I don't mean to brag. I have a fairly modest home, but it's
Sure.
you come in there and it's an all right spot to spend an hour as a extramural nurse.
Yeah.
They were like great to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that some of the places they have to go in
Less than that.
aren't so great to deal with.
Yeah.
So, healthcare providers in general, my experience has been overwhelmingly positive in my
same.
life. But and especially with like nursing being what it is in the Maritimes, particularly in New Brunswick, it's like when you get a super positive experience, I think that deserves at least a token gold star on a radio
100%.
show that 4 people listen to.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Gold star.
Going out to the
Extramural
extramural
nurses.
nurses.
Mine, kind of in a similar vein, I've been going to the Sackville Library.
Yeah. It's nice.
It's nice. I may or may not have stolen a book from there. I may or may not paid for it after I stole it. Like
You're supposed to borrow them. They give you a card, man. That's how
but sometimes though you borrow a book and you're like, this is really good and I want to keep it. And then you just keep it. Then you just pay the library to restock it.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing I've done
That's
at
above
least
board?
twice. Yeah. I don't think you're supposed to do it. I think it's more I'm stupid.
Oh, you play the I lost the book
I did lose the book.
onto your bookshelf?
Yeah, kind of.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway,
It's a nice little library.
it's a great little library. They have wonderful programs in there all the time. I've been to a few. They have some painting that they do downstairs every few months or so. There's nonprofit groups in there all the time doing all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
And so I'm just giving it to the staff and volunteers of the Sackville Library.
That's great. And a dragon in the basement?
There is a dragon in the basement.
Well, the last time I was there with someone who was quite a bit younger. And this person looked at the staircase and was like, what's in the basement? And I, as one does when dealing with children of a certain age, said that's where they keep the dragon.
Yes.
And that that was that.
And that was that. They didn't ask about the dragon.
Not a lot of follow-up questions.
Interesting.
I had a chain of reasoning prepared after I said the initial comment, because I was going to be like, well, that's how they keep it warm in the winter.
Yeah, totally.
That's where the heat is coming from.
Very good.
It's coming up, from the dragon. The dragon gets a pretty good deal out of it too, because it gets to live in the basement of a library. And man, it must be boring as a dragon. So like being in a place with access to books,
can
really help pass the time.
They can't use a computer.
It's coming along. AI will help them.
Yeah, AI will help them.
And that's who we're looking out for, folks.
The hypothetical
dragon in the basements of libraries.
The library. That's our audience.
That's good. If the dragon is listening, making up 50% of our listening audience this evening.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
We're here for you. What's coming on next?
Oh, yeah.
Because right now it's 6 p.m., but you know what comes after 6 p.m.? 6:01 p.m., but eventually you get to 7 p.m., and we're no longer on the air.
Oof.
But you know who is?
Does Live on KEXP welcome people?
I don't know if... you know what? I've listened quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, I've never consciously picked up what shows welcome people and what don't.
Now
and I'm
you're
going to now.
Amazing.
So I am 100% going to listen to the next episode right after this of Live on KEXP and figure out if they welcome them or not. Bringing you the very best of their world-renowned live in-studio and remote performances. Each week, they bring you a new live session from emerging artists to well-established acts, spanning styles, genres, and cultures. Yeah. Jeremy Dutcher was on it not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
People like him. He's from the Maritimes.
He is.
So Sloan's
from the Maritimes.
They've been on it as well.
They're down there. Nova Scotia way.
Yeah, Jeremy Dutcher's up there. New Brunswick
up on the left.
Yeah.
Central left. Somewhere up there, I believe. Anyway.
If you like videos, you can't get that on the radio, but if you're one of those radio listeners that also like videos, you can check them out at live on KEXP.org or at youtube.com/KEXP. Do you know who else I have no clue if they welcome?
Who's that?
At 8 p.m. Black Atlantic.
Yeah.
I have no clue if they welcome you or not. But they are a primarily Black Atlantic-centric podcast, website, and media channel with the goal of bringing Atlantic POC voices to the world, hosted by Clinton Davis and Hilary LeBlanc. You can check them out at blackatlantic.ca. Follow them on Spotify and visit their YouTube page. I also have no clue if Luca Capone welcomes people.
I'm not sure either. But
we do have the
never
night
know
shift.
what you're going to get with Luca Capone.
You do never know what you're going to get with Luca Capone. Spinning a diverse, adventurous mix of sounds ranging from psychedelic jazz to experimental hip-hop with a heavy focus on Canadian and independent artists. Who are you shouting out this week?
I got a double shout.
Oh, double shout out.
So the first,
yeah,
Sunday mornings, brand new show this week.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out. Well, by the time you hear this, I think they will have had a show in the bag.
Sure.
But like a family show.
Oh.
But like done by the whole family. Haley
Yeah.
family. Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. So like you might still be in your pajamas.
Yeah.
If you're a person who likes drinking bean water, you might still be having your cup of coffee.
Yeah, a little bean water.
If you like your water with leaves in
a
it.
little grass water.
You might still be having some tea.
Yeah.
If you're like me, you don't drink warm beverages, you might just be chilling out on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
But either way, turn the radio on. Or, you know what? Just leave it on all week. That's probably
true.
easier.
Just turn it up, you know?
Yeah. The other ones, and this was a point of some contention between you and I.
Okay.
You know, whether but radio is not a competitive medium.
Right. Of course, yes.
We are at least 50% of us sports experts.
Yes.
But we are 100% competitive.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So when we heard that the Aviation Society at the university had got their own show, you know,
the hairs on my neck stood up.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, let's face it, we work with a lot of pilots.
We do.
And a lot of times we're like the go-between between them and the rest of the the airport.
It's true.
So I think it's a good opportunity to extend an olive branch.
Sure.
I know they're on the radios like Friday at 2, and that's a long way from Sunday at 6. Like,
It is.
to extend a hypothetical or imaginary or figurative, maybe not a tap on the back.
Yes.
Or,
like the Facebook poke when those existed.
Huh.
You know?
okay.
You have no clue.
No. Sorry.
Facebook pokes.
But yeah, I remember hearing people talk about
Yeah,
pokes. I do. So I'd be lying. But yeah, some sort of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Oh, consider this maybe an open door.
Mhm.
You guys want to talk shop? Maybe not strictly airport related. You
Yeah.
know, we're in the break room.
Yeah, exactly. We
you
peanuts
know,
here.
We eat peanuts. We look at the plastic tablecloth.
Yeah.
Sometimes we gaze out the window and look at the cattle
Yeah.
out beyond runway 2.
Yep.
But as a rule, we leave the airport business outside the break room.
Mhm.
Just like at the end of the day, you want to leave that behind you.
Exactly.
So, like, you're welcome to come out here to the break room
Anytime.
anytime you want. Talk about local news,
Of course.
local sports,
Of course.
local. We can talk about the cattle.
You can talk about cattle.
We're afraid we're going to lose some right now. You know why?
Why?
Price of beef real
Ooh,
high at
yeah.
auction right now. A
Mm.
lot of farmers looking to move cattle out of the pasture and into the grocery store.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's nice to look out there in the fields and,
Yeah.
you know, see some wildlife.
It is.
Not wildlife, livestock. Anyway, so if you're Friday at 2 in the afternoon
Oh,
and
yeah.
you pop on the radio and hear our
Compatriots.
yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Just give them a listen. And you know, we're open to dialogue here.
We are. I'm always open for like gang warfare as well. Just making that very clear.
If they choose violence,
Yeah.
we will settle this with any number. I think we'd have to lean into the sports. It would have to be settled. Maybe with competitive pogo stick. I remember that quite early on. Maybe that thing that was like hacky sack, but with a net and kind of like volleyball as well.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us would be particularly good at it, but I don't know if they will either. So that's a level playing field.
I am very flexible. I might be able to do those kicks.
Yep. Okay. Pickleball showdown.
Oh, pickleball showdown for sure. I like that idea.
If
comes to it, though.
If the route you've chosen is the route to violence,
Yeah.
this is where we're prepared to meet. you.
Exactly.
That'll be our field of combat.
Yeah. Pickleball.
Maybe.
Hey, do you want to listen to a tune?
Yeah, we better listen to it too.
Jeepers.
I also figured I better.
Never knew where you called me a princess till you punched me in my mouth. Wasn't very long that we were together before I found out. I was just sitting there in the dentist chair where I got my first crown. When you're young, you think you know a thing or two about love. Manipulating me to believe that it was true. Keeping secrets is fun, and that's why I couldn't tell anyone about us. Gaslight, I can see everything that's wrong with me. Sleeping on your sister's couch, I'm tired of you acting out. Your fist through the wall, throw my shit out on the lawn, yelling it gets violent and you're telling me nothing's wrong. I wish that I could take back all my time. Wish I could erase it all. After all this time, I wonder why I still cry if I talk about us. Never knew where you called me an angel till you almost died on the floor. I was hiding under a pool table when I found out what Naples was. Say you know a thing or two about love. Manipulating me to believe that it was trust. Keeping secrets is fun, and that's why I couldn't tell anyone about us. Gaslight, I can see everything that's wrong with me. Sleeping on your sister's couch, I'm tired of you acting out. Your fist through the wall, throw my shit out on the lawn, yelling it gets violent and you're telling me nothing's wrong. I wish that I could take back all my time. Wish I could erase it all. After all this time, I wonder why I still cry if I talk about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like all the tunes tonight, like were maybe not like a playlist put together type of organized, but
Mhm.
all in the same. A
Sure.
little bit
Yeah.
chill, a little bit. We're not getting too worked up.
You can probably tell the type of music I listen to when I'm doing work.
Ah, you listen to music when you're doing work?
No,
All right.
I don't.
Oh, you didn't even shout. Oh no, I suppose this is coming. I was going to say you didn't shout out trivia, but because this is Thursday now,
Yes, exactly.
We're
We're going to trivia.
We're gonna go get whooped at trivia.
Yeah, we're really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Both of our listeners on this might assume that we have some level of knowledge in the world.
no,
Trivia proves me wrong every time.
every single time. You would think I had seen at least one movie.
None that are ever brought up in trivia.
You would think I've listened to a couple of songs.
Yeah, none that have ever been brought up at trivia.
It's crazy how that
Mhm.
happens.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's a humbling experience,
It is.
and sometimes that's important too.
It is. And I do love the feeling of not being able
Mm-hmm.
to answer a question and it just being on the tip
Oh, it's
of your
right there.
tongue, right at the very forefront of your brain. And you go to the next answer and you don't quite get it. And then you go to the next answer and you don't quite get it.
Yeah,
And then sometimes you get the overwhelming joy of remembering it correctly right before.
but
you write
before
it
the
in.
bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But sometimes you get the agonizing defeat of hearing the answer
Mhm.
right aloud and you just going like, being
upset.
a little perturbed.
Yeah. Yeah. I always think that like I'll leave and will have registered the information on the questions I didn't know.
No.
But as it turns out, by the time the answers come around, I'm usually pretty checked out. Like
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, I'm done trying to mental exercise. This is now time for like,
chatty chats.
Yeah. Have some socialization.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's lonely out in the air traffic control tower.
Yeah.
So nice to see other people.
It is nice to see people that are not always of the exact same profession.
Yeah.
Like all teachers. Like that would be terrible.
It would be
If someone had to
had inadvertently surrounded themselves with only
teachers.
teachers.
And the more people that come around them, they're starting to become teachers.
Yeah.
Now too.
Well, it's like it would be like building an echo chamber, right? So
Yeah.
once you've built a social bridge into that community,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it would be very challenging.
I would find that so annoying.
It's oddly specific to be hypothetical. Thank you all teachers. Thank you for listening. If one of you is a teacher, thank you to CHMA for hosting and broadcasting. Check them out at chmafm.com. Easy to find, really hard to say live on the radio.
It is NCHMAFM on all the socials. I think they're even on Blue Sky now. Give us a shout out on all those socials at Midgic Airport. If you miss an episode, catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. Signing off.
Have a great night, folks.
today. Need to relax and escape from it all, and do something that'll totally recall. Who will I be? What will I see? Where will I go? Just plug me in and let's start the show. So shiny and new, just you and me.